Okay, hey everybody. I just wanted to real quick give my thoughts on the recent film, The Hunger Games. The reason I'm doing this like a vlog as opposed to a written and edited review is because I'm doing a lot of projects for my school lately, and I don't really have the time to write up and edit a review professionally. Well, professionally as far as I go, but I do want to get my thoughts out, mostly because I think it's been like a month since my last movie review, and what to say. Okay, so I'm assuming you all know about the Hunger Games. It's basically a dystopian future where the country is separated into, I think, 13 districts, 12 or 13 districts, and one capital where the capital is rich, but the other 12 districts are impoverished. And once, I think annually, they have a little get together, well, sort of a game where they select two kids, one girl and one boy from each district, to basically fight to the death. And enter our main character, Catnip. I think her name is Katniss, but I prefer Catnip because it's easier to say. Um, her sister gets selected in a random draw, but she doesn't want her sister to go out and basically get killed. So she volunteers herself, thinking, "Well, I'm older, and I have hunting experience and archery experience." And a not really friend, but more of a colleague of her, also gets selected, and she's sort of indifferent about it. And they basically form a relationship over the course of the film, and as the games go on. So, what did I think of it? I really liked it. I thought it was a pretty good film. Uh, where to start? Okay, the first thing that I noticed that I like about this film is that the feel of it. It feels kind of like a 1970s esque sci-fi film. In the division of the districts, the working class people are very scrappy, very impoverished, whereas the capital people are so spectacularly designed, well, like aristocratic, I suppose, that like they go so far to be fashionable that they become hideous. And it's very, very well designed. Like once you get to the capital, I'm not really sure what it's called. I'm just going to call it capital. The capital, it's very, very well designed. It's very aristocratic. It's very futuristic. It feels very futury, for lack of a better word. Um, Another thing is that this movie is a very, very scathing. I don't even want to say parody. It's more of a commentary on reality television. And while some may not like that, I personally feel that reality TV has it coming. I hate reality television so fucking much. I think it's just probably one of the worst aspects of our culture today. It's so annoying. I hate it so much, and clearly whoever wrote this movie or directed this movie or wrote the novel or whatever agrees with me because like it really is scathing to the point of I was about to say scathing to the point of preachy, but not really. It's not terribly like bludgeon you over the head with it. Um, so one of the aspects that satirizes it is that Catnip and her friend, I think his name is Peta, they sort of they like the aspect is that they need to get all of the kids really need to get the capita people to like them. So they sort of pretend to be like celebrities, which, right there, American Idol. And Catnip and Peta, they sort of pretend to be sort of like a couple. Another thing I really, really like about this movie is that it's really well acted. I'm blanking on the name here. Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence plays Katnip Everdeen, and she's really, really good. I can't imagine, like, I can't name any other performance she's done off the top of my head, except for Winter's Bone, which I haven't seen. But yeah, she was really, really good in this movie, and I really, really like the character. Like she's sort of self-reliant, she's sort of tough, but not to a cold degree. She's a really, really good character. Far, far better character than, say, Bella from Twilight. But then again, most every character is better than Bella from Twilight. Woody Harrelson. I always like Woody Harrelson as an actor. Like he's sort of like Nicolas Cage for me. I don't get why Nicolas Cage has like this cult following. They don't go to see any shitty movie he's in, but Woody Harrelson, I'll pretty much see anything that he's in, and he's really really good. He sort of plays like a somebody who won the Hunger Games years and years and years ago, and he's sort of an alcoholic, and he's got post-traumatic. Well, it's hinted at that he has post-traumatic stress disorder, and he plays it well. Donald Sutherland, he isn't in the movie very much. I would have liked to see him more because he's a really good actor. And there was this guy, an actor called Wes Bentley, who what has he been in? What?
You want to see the most beautiful thing I've ever filmed?
Oh, right. Okay. What has he done? Okay, so like, what has he been up to these past like decade? Huh. Well, anyway, he plays it well, and I hope that he gets more work as just the random creepy guy in most films. Yeah, it's well acted. It's well designed. But now I got to play bad cop here. There are some big flaws with the movie. One of the flaws being is that it's very long. I mean, it's like 2.5 hours long, and it feels long. I guess I don't mind if a movie is long, but whether or not it feels long is really the key here. Um, this movie like really drags. Don't get me wrong, the build up to the games is really really good, but man, it is long. And a lot of people tell me, oh, like they didn't even include a lot of the stuff that would have made it really something. And it's like, wow. Um, Another big problem, and this is something a lot of people are complaining about, and I'm also gonna have to complain about it. It is shot horribly. It is painfully shot. Um, and like at the beginning of the film, I noticed that the camera was sort of handheld, and it wasn't really getting as good a shots as it could. Like I noticed that there's a scene where she's like Catnip is in a room and she's saying goodbye to her family and friends, respectively. And like I thought that it would have been a better shot if the camera were to pan out and show the claustrophobia of the room, but it just didn't. And I was really dreading when the games were to begin, and they look atrocious. Christ, they look bad. I could not make out what the fuck was going on. Like, it's clearly not a tripod. It's clearly a handheld sort of thing, and I don't know. Like, the cameraman must have been like busting for a piss or headbanging or something, because he could not get a shot for the life of him. Like maybe, like it's obviously to keep the PG-13 rating because it's pretty violent, more than you'd expect, but. Like it's kids killing kids, and it sort of like shakes about to sort of not show it. But like if it were to just do that, were the really violent parts, then I guess. But like even the non-violent parts, you can't see anything. Like I've said it before, Haywire was a mostly mediocre film, except for one really good aspect being the camera work, and like the only thing that really kept that movie from being mediocre is the fact that it almost felt like a point just to make that movie to show people how to film good action scenes. Like it's almost as if Soderbergh was saying, "Fuck you! This is how you do it, assholes." Yeah, the camera work is just horrible. Also, I find that there are some aspects that I don't feel were explained very well. Like I'm gonna get into spoiler territory, so I'm gonna put up a little warning to mute the screen if you're hoping to go into it blank. Basically, it seems as though the people who run the games can alter the environment at will, but it's not really explained how they do that, but whatever. And they almost seem to be using it to sort of form, like a sort of cheat, give an unfair advantage to. And, well, okay, I guess that could be like a satire of sort of reality television. Okay, I'll accept that. But there are some things that, like, there's this instance where PETA sort of, there's like an alliance of these kids who these four kids who are sort of the bad kids. They're like the sort of cartoony villains who sort of are vicious and try to get her. And for some reason, PETA joins them, although it's not really explained why. But then eventually he meets back up with Catnip. Is it ever brought up why he was in a group trying to kill her? I don't think it was, or else I missed it. Like, he was in a group that was trying to get her. I just don't understand how she could just let that go. Also, I should say that I haven't read the book, so maybe there's a lot of stuff that was left out, but I'm not really sure. I think a buddy of mine said that the biggest thing that was changed was the amulet thing that she finds at a market. But I don't really know. All in all, yeah, I would definitely recommend going to see the Hunger Games. I think it's a pretty good film, and it's definitely far, far, far above average, the average teen junk film. Like this film, obviously treats teens as if they had a head on their shoulders, unlike say, Twilight or Transformers. So yeah, definitely, it comes recommended for me. Thanks. See ya.